this season to the lockout season, just in terms of the sheer amount of games you guys will play in a 5 month stretch. Do you think that is a fair comparison?
Yeah, I do. Everything's accelerated. Shorter training camp. Did not get the pre-training camp period. I think it's a very fair comparison.
What's up, Coach? This is Will Guillory with The Athletic. I know you talked a lot about how much you think JJ and Josh will be important pieces for you this season. But how are you feeling about, the rest of the guys on that bench and just the overall depth of the team going into the season?
I'm really happy with pretty much everybody, Will, to be honest. I mean, the guys we started the other night, I'm excited about. Josh, JJ. I think Jackson's made some real strides in the last week, particularly at the defensive end of the floor. I think Nico Melli can really shoot the ball, and he's a really smart offensive player. I think that Nikhil has been shooting the ball really well. Again today, made a lot of really solid plays. The rookie Kyra's really, it's just tough. It's sort of a numbers game with him, but he plays the game under control. He can get by people. He defends. He can shoot the ball. This guy's not even 20 years old yet. It's hard to believe. So I'm really happy with him. I think we can go to Sindarius Thornwell, good defender, solid player, corner 3-point shooter. Billy Hernan Gomez is solid. I'm pretty happy all the way around with our guys. So it is a deep team. Our team obviously not going to play 13 guys. We'll probably play 8 or 9 with other guys getting a look when there's injuries, foul trouble, things like that. But I don't have a problem playing any of them. There's nobody that I'm going, oh my God, like we can't play him. I'm happy with all of them. They're putting in the work. I think we'll be ready to go.
Hey, Coach, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. I know we're still 3 days out from the first game, but I'm wondering how healthy is the group as a whole? Like, for instance, I'm specifically thinking of Steven Adams, who had something with his calf the other day, and Wenyen Gabriel, who hasn't seemed to be in practice a lot.
Yeah, Ollie, Wenyen is the only injury. Everybody else is practicing full. Steven's back feeling good. Set out the last part of that Miami game. Missed a couple days of not the whole practice, but of the live work, and but he's back fine. So we've been remarkably healthy, especially for as much 5-on-5 work and as much contact work as we have done in training camp. We've been very fortunate to have limited problems. Early on, we had some problems, right? We had, but it was more illness on Lonzo's part, and then bled with a testing protocol issue. JJ the same thing, but injury wise, yeah, we've been good and we're pretty healthy.
Hey Stan, Christian Clark here again with Noel.com. You just hit on Jackson and some of the strides he's made in the defensive end. Just what are some specific areas of improvement you want to continue to see out of him?
Well, I just think the consistent energy, but he's been more aggressive on his pick and roll defense, which is what we want. He's got the quickness to get out and move his feet and impact guards and things. I think he's been really, really good with that. I thought he did a great job in the Milwaukee game. He had one really good block shot. It's just as long as his motor is good, he can impact the game in a positive way. It's just when his motor isn't as good, he's at that point, then he's wasting all that athletic ability. So we just want him to continue to go, and he's getting better with it.
What's up, Coach? This is Will again. One thing a lot of people have been fascinated with since Zion came into the league was the idea of playing him at center, using him kind of in that small ball 5 role like Golden State did with Draymond. Just in general, what do you think about that idea of playing him at the 5, or do you think it's better for him to be next to a traditional center, more like a Steven Adams or a Jackson Hayes?
We've worked on him for the last week. We've worked at him playing the 5 some, so we're ready to go either way. I think it's all a matter of how the game's going, what the matchups are, who you're playing against, all of that stuff. But he's getting reps as a 5 as well as a 4 every day in practice. Played a few minutes there the other night in the game. So whatever we need to do, I think we're prepared to be able to do. Will.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach.
All right, guys.
And we should have Jackson coming in here shortly.
Hey, what's up, man? Christian Clark here from Noel.com. It seems like one of the big points of emphasis from Stan early on is just protecting the rim as a team. Not necessarily just the bigs, but the team as a whole. Um, what's your perspective on that so far? I guess 2 weeks into camp and two preseason games in.
Oh, you made it pretty clear today, also in practice, and is for sure one of the main point, one of the main thing in defense that we have to protect the paint, and we're working on it, and but we will get there absolutely. But we know is one of his top priority for our system.
What's up, Nico? This is Will from The Athletic. We talked about this before training camp a little bit, but just how are you feeling right now physically compared to where you were last training camp, coming off the surgery and stuff like that? Do you feel like you're in a much better place physically, mentally, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I feel better. I feel good. I feel, ready to go, ready to roll. I'm good. Of course, you cannot compare last year to this year, luckily. And hopefully I can improve also during the season. I think we did a pretty good job in training camp overall, not just me, everybody, working hard in the gym. Now it's just a matter to put on the court when it counts and, run up and down, play good defense, play good offense, have a good pace. But physically, I feel good, and hopefully it stays like this all season long.
Nico, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. In the game against the Bucks, we noticed that in the third quarter, it seemed like you guys off the bench provided a lot of spark and energy to kind of turn the tide and help that momentum change to where you guys were able to walk away with the win. How do you feel personally about the group that is coming off the bench? JJ, Josh Hart, yourself, maybe Jackson Hayes, Nikhil. How effective do you think you guys will be this year?
Hopefully good. No, for sure. We have, a deep roster. We have a lot of talent, also some experience this year. I think we have a good second unit. There has to bring some, some energy, some rhythm when the first unit loses. And I think we did a good job. As I said, we did a good training camp. We had 2 good exhibition games, but hopefully we can improve during, we can, bring it also when it counts. But I think we have a solid team. It's just a matter now to play good when it counts.
Hey, Christian Clark here again. This is going to be 72 games and I guess about a 5-month stretch here in your career. I mean, have you ever just played this amount of games in this compressed timeline, and how do you plan on kind of dealing with that?
Well, I think nobody played this amount of games in so few days and so few months. So I don't know. I would just try to sit on the couch as much as possible when I'm at home. This is the plan to recover. Now, besides jokes, just taking care of my body, just try, to be consistent also during, training days, taking care of the body, recover, do the stuff that allows me, also to be ready, because being part of the second unit, I need to be ready when maybe the first unit is not ready, or, they have to rest. So it's just a long season. I think we have everything to do, a good and fun season. Just, now it's up to us to bring it. And but for sure, it's something different that nobody experienced. We just need to be even more professional than what we usually are, and take care of our body, take care of our, mind, and support each other.
All right. Thank you, Nico. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Christian Clark here with NOLA.com. Stan mentioned a little bit earlier that he just liked what he's seen from you on the defensive end. What do you just feel like you've been able to do over the past week there?
I feel like I've just been learning the defense better and better, learning my spots, learning where I got to be, just like figuring out what all we're trying to do with our defense. So I feel like that helps me out a lot.
What's up, Jax? Is Will Guillory with The Athletic. It seemed like last year you and JJ were really starting to develop some chemistry with that two-man game coming off the bench. And I'm assuming you guys are going to play a lot together again this year. Just what's that been like working with him, knowing how much attention he gets and knowing how well he executes, in those pin downs and dribble handoffs and stuff like that with a big man?
I love running the two-man game with JJ just because everyone's so worried about the shot every time. It gives me an open lane, or if they're worried about the roll, because I got in a few rolls and they'll leave JJ wide open. So it always ends up working out for somebody.
Hey, Jackson, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. Now, I know you're the type of guy that never seems to lack for confidence, but how much more confident do you personally feel going into this season? You entered and played a bunch of really good minutes, for instance, in the last game against Milwaukee, where, you had a couple key blocks, rebounds, etc. Do you just feel like you know exactly where you should be on the court and what you should be doing?
Yeah. This year I just feel like the game's kind of slowed down a little bit, and I just know it better after playing for not a whole year, but pretty much a whole year. You just learn a lot more stuff, and you just see the game better, I feel like, just because you're more used to it.
Hey, Christian Clark here again. I know, one of Stan's big points of emphasis has just been protecting the rim as a team, not just the bigs, but kind of everybody. What is just your perspective on kind of walling off the rim and preventing shots inside the paint?
I love protecting the rim. I mean, that's what I do to begin with, so that type of defense wasn't too bad for me. And now we have everyone just protecting the paint, protecting the rim. It's a lot easier.
Hey, Jackson, this is Ollie again. When you came into the game against the Milwaukee Bucks, I think you guys were down by 3 points, and when you sat back down, they were up 12. I know you just touched on J.J. Redick, but how do you feel about the other players coming off the bench around you? Nico, maybe Nikhil. What do you think of the group as a whole?
I mean, our team's so good. We got guys if our starters can't get going, I feel like we have guys that can come in and give us a little spark and just get everybody going. If the starters start off really good, then we come in and keep it up. So I just feel like our second group of guys is really good second team. We come in and bring a lot of energy.
All right. Thank you, Jax.
Appreciate it, guys.